Hey Leo, welcome back. Thanks so much for tuning into my channel. I do appreciate everyone that has been so supportive of the channel. If you like, please feel free to like, share and subscribe and hit the bell notification button. Otherwise, this reading can be for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. And we'll have a look and see what's coming up around you, Leo, in terms of love. Okay, you're in a bit of a funky place here, Leo. There's a bit of uncertainty, or there's something you want to put on hold potentially with the Hangman here. Okay, something that you feel is a little bit imbalanced and you're unsure about. Okay, the Seven of Swords is here. And that often indicates deception or trying to avoid something. This is avoidant behavior, Leo. And I think you might be around this sort of behavior, engaging in it, or seeing it from your partner. Might be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Seven of Swords can be doing something that is frowned upon, doing something that, sort of tiptoeing or avoiding, or maybe even secretive behavior, Leo. And it's almost like you have to be careful because you might not want someone seeing or knowing about your situation. Look, maybe this is more internal struggles in a relationship, in a connection, and it might be something you're avoiding telling your family or friends. Maybe you're avoiding, communicating. But it could also be that you're taking something from someone for your own purposes, Leo. And it could be that you're sort of using someone here for the purposes of gain, purposes of pleasure, purposes of ego, perhaps. But the Seven of Swords and the Hangman, this is, you're not playing by the rules, I don't think, Leo. You're throwing the rules right out the window. And if it's not you, it's potentially someone you're dealing with. Not playing by the rules, okay? This is some tricky behavior, possibly mixed signs or symbols or mixed messages coming up around you, and they're going to be hard to crack open. The Seven of Swords is a tricky, somewhat mischievous character and is hard to get, but in this reading, the Hangman almost suffers his punishment for being caught. So we have the crime taking place, the deed, the words, the actions, but we also have the consequences. So it's almost like you might get caught doing something, Leo. Or someone someone you're romantically involved with, you'll catch them out. So if it's not you, it is a reading centered more on you. So Leo, for those of you that are playing with fire, engaging in affairs, maybe secret texts, maybe avoidant behavior, you've tried to avoid a certain conversation or avoid a certain milestone in your love relationships, maybe it's about to come right out there in the open. So you might get caught out in some sort of situation here, and there's and if it's not you, it's going to be you that catches someone else out, I think. But you do have some cards like the Eight of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups that show commitment and truthfulness. So if this is some sort of issue that needs to be worked through, I think there's potential for that to happen, because the Eight of Pentacles is all about dedication and hard work and resilience and bouncing back. Why? Because someone wants to. The Knight of Cups is genuinely invested. Very contrasting card, so this may be your approach and someone else's approach that's very different. But the Knight of Cups makes a solid love offer. Now, if this is you, Leo, if some of you are healing from possibly, some sort of trauma in your relationship, in your love life, Leo, you're ready, you're dazzling, you're attracting a lot of people, you're ready to open up your heart again. I love this. I think a lot of you, if the cards indicate the situation, I think it's been a tough situation and you might have punished yourself for quite some time, or, have been wallowing with the Hangman here in a bit of misery. But I love to see that Knight of Cups because it's such a refreshing energy. You know, he's clad in armor. He's got this beautiful horse. He's got his cup up, and he's ready. He's absolutely ready to climb new heights. Okay, new heights. In the medieval, this is a biblical deck, and at the top of the mountain is where, in the Christian tradition, is where, well, in fact, in a lot of religions and mythologies, the top of the mountain was where God dwelt. Okay, where the gods, deities, the monotheistic God would dwell. That was where his presence was, and that's where the Knight of Cups is heading towards, Leo, which is fantastic. I mean, think about that analogy for a moment. I mean, you could reach new heights. That's the direction you're going in. So whatever it is that you encounter, if you get caught, if you catch someone else out, know that it's going to make you stronger. It's definitely going to attest to this emotional security that the Knight of Cups possesses. But this is a beautiful offer, and it's coming in around you. It may potentially be coming from a water sign or someone who is or displays more emotional sensitivity. Maybe someone who is more sensitive, someone who is very empathetic, someone who is very expressive, someone who wears their heart on their sleeve. Doesn't necessarily have to be a water sign, but it can be someone that has those sorts of attributes, okay? And they'll work hard for this. They'll work hard for you, Leo. I think it's more you, though. And I also think for some of you, you're trying to work on something here. It's like this is the activity. You understand you're doing something out of character, maybe something that's not normally you, and then you sort of fall back into old patterns. But the last card would indicate that maybe, just maybe, you've learnt the lesson here. I don't know if this is coming back to someone. It could be. It could be a repetitive or cyclical behavior of coming back to someone who is maybe a little bit toxic, someone who has caused you a lot of pain or hurdles, or they've caused some sort of discomfort in your love life. I think you'll finally learn. You'll clear the energy, and you'll come into something fantastic. So it could be that you're getting rid of toxic energy for some. Okay, some of you might not take on that Knight of Cups energy, and you'll be, you know, the Hangman. You'll keep on continuing with that Seven of Swords. Yeah. And I don't know, Leo, are you doing right by yourself or by your love interest? It's hard to say. Someone's not playing by the rules, and I think it's you. But if it isn't, if it just so happens not to be you, then it could definitely be someone that you're romantically linked to who isn't playing by the rules, isn't playing fair, might be avoiding talking to you. There's avoidant behavior here. It's like pulling away. It's like, you know, no, I'm busy. I'm doing this. I don't have time for this. I don't have time for you. You know, be gentle, Leo. If this is you towards someone, let them down gently if you're not feeling it, you know, or if you just you've come to a point where you can no longer handle what they throw at you. Okay, if it doesn't serve your best interest, it's intolerable. I think it'll definitely get to this stage where it is intolerable, and you'll make this plain to them. You'll make them know, and it's, you know, I'm very proud of you, Leo, to be able to do this. It's definitely you coming into your power and learning major karmic lessons. Sometimes we need to learn the hard way with the Hangman. Sometimes that's the only way we learn. So maybe that really applies here. But of course it may or may not resonate with all of you. But hopefully there is something in here that sort of gives you a little bit of insight.